everyone! Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video. My name is Emma, and a special hey and what's up to all our Homework Club kids watching. Hey guys, I miss you. Today we are doing a scavenger hunt, so I'm excited. You better be excited because it's exciting. But before we get to that, let's do our riddle. So, what's something that holds water but has holes all over? I'll let you guys think on it, and I'll ask you again at the end of our video, so stick around! Okay guys, so this is it. This is our scavenger hunt this week. It's all about things you can find in your own home. Can you find them all? I hope so. The link is available in the description below. What did you guys think? Cool scavenger hunt, right? I know I'm excited to go find some stuff, but first I've got to do my positive action or my positive tip of the day, which is all about trying something new. So trying something new can be really scary, right? Sometimes we don't even want to do it. There's people watching, we don't want to embarrass ourselves, we don't want to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, look silly. There's so many thoughts that could go around in your mind when you're about to try something that I couldn't even begin to list them all. It's a lot, right? And you don't want to look silly. It's understandable. But if we go in with that mentality and we continue to think like that all the time, who's that benefiting? Is that benefiting us? Is that making us the best version of ourselves? No, that's confining us or putting us into this little space that we can never break free of. That's not cool. That's not how you want to live your life. No, try new things. Enjoy it. Take pride. Be courageous. It's brave. You're brave. You can do it. So next time you see someone trying something new, give them that support that you would want in that situation, because I'm sure they're a little scared, and it's kind and it's nice to be a little friendly. Give them that extra helpful nudge. You can do it. All right, so now that we've talked about this, let's read our book. Okay, so if you guys last remember, we left off chapter 5. Jack and Annie were floating down the Amazon River, grabbing crocodiles, almost getting eaten by piranhas, and now they're about to have a run-in with the monkey. That's my guess, at least, because the picture shows them having a run-in with the monkey. Context clues, folks. All right, so let's get started on chapter 6, Monkey Trouble. Squeak, squeak! Peanut poked her head out from Annie's pocket. She seemed to be yelling at the monkey. Don't worry, Peanut, said Annie. He's just a little monkey. He won't hurt us. But suddenly, the monkey grabbed a big red fruit hanging from the tree. He hurled it at the canoe. Watch it, shouted Jack. The fruit fell into the water with a splash. The monkey screeched even louder. He grabbed another fruit. Don't throw things at us, shouted Annie. But the monkey hurled the red fruit right at them. Jack and Annie ducked again. The fruit splashed into the water. Stop that, Annie shouted. But the monkey only waved his arms and screeched again. Oh, brother, said Jack. I don't believe this. The monkey grabbed a third fruit and hurled it at Jack and Annie. It landed inside the canoe with a thump. Annie grabbed the fruit. She stood up and threw it back at the monkey. She missed. The canoe rocked. Annie almost fell out. The monkey screeched even louder. Go away, Annie shouted. You're the meanest thing in the world. The monkey stopped screeching. He looked at Annie, and then he swung away into the forest. I think I hurt his feelings, said Annie. Who cares, said Jack. He shouldn't throw things. Uh-oh, said Annie. It's raining now. What? Jack looked up. A raindrop hit him in the eye. Oh no, I don't believe this, Jack said. What'd you expect, said Annie. It is the rainforest. A gust of wind blew the canoe. Thunder rolled in the sky. A river's a bad place to be in a storm, said Jack. We have to get back to shore, right now. But how, said Annie. We can't wait or swim. The piranhas, the snake, the crocodile, they'll get us. Screeching split the air again. Oh no, said Jack. The bratty monkey was back. This time, the monkey was pointing a long stick at the canoe. Jack crouched down. Was the monkey going to hurl the stick at them? Like a spear? Annie jumped up and faced the monkey. Watch it! He's nuts, said Jack. But the monkey just stared at Annie, and Annie just stared at him. After a long moment, the monkey seemed to smile. Annie smiled back. "What's going on?" said Jack. "He wants to help us," Annie said. "Help us how?" said Jack. The monkey held out the long stick. Annie grabbed the other end. The monkey pulled on the stick. The canoe started floating toward him. The monkey pulled the canoe away from the bank and now out of the river. Chapter 7, Freeze! Jack and Annie jumped out of the canoe. The rain was starting to fall harder. The monkey took off. He swung from tree to tree, heading up the riverbank. He screeched and beckoned Jack and Annie. "He wants us to follow him," said Annie. "No, we have to find the special thing, then go home," said Jack. "He wants to help us," said Annie. She took off after the monkey. The two of them vanished into the rainforest. "Annie!" Thunder shook the sky. "Oh, brother," said Jack. He dashed after Annie and the monkey into the dark forest. The forest seemed surprisingly dry. Jack looked up. It was still raining, but the treetops acted like a huge umbrella. "Annie?" called Jack. "Jack! Jack!" called Annie. "Where are you?" "Here!" Jack hurried in the direction of Annie's voice. Soon, he found the monkey. He was screeching and swinging from a tree. Annie was kneeling on the forest floor. She was playing with an animal that looked like a giant kitten. "What's that?" Jack said. "I don't know, but I love it," said Annie. Annie patted the animal's paws. It had gold fur and black spots. "I'd better find out what this is," said Jack. He pulled out the rainforest book and flipped through it. "Oh, it's so cute," said Annie. Jack found a picture of the animal with gold fur and black spots. He read, "The jaguar is the biggest predator in the Western Hemisphere." "Forget cute," said Jack. "That must be a baby jaguar. It's going to grow up and be the biggest predator in—" "What's a predator?" asked Annie. "Grrr!" There was a terrible growl. Jack whirled around. Here's a picture. The mother jaguar was coming out from behind the tree. Oh, yikes. She was creeping over the dead leaves right toward Annie. "Freeze!" whispered Jack. Annie froze, but the jaguar kept moving slowly towards her. "Help," said Jack weakly. Suddenly, the monkey swooped down from his tree and grabbed the jaguar's tail. The cat roared and spun around. Annie jumped up. The monkey pulled the jaguar's tail again. Then he let go and took off. The jaguar sprang after him. "Run, Annie!" cried Jack. Jack and Annie took off through the rainforest. They ran for their lives. Can you imagine? Whew, that's too stressful. Chapter 8, Vampire Bats? "Wait," said Jack, panting. "I think we got away." Jack and Annie stopped running and caught their breath. "Where are we?" said Jack. "Where's the monkey?" said Annie, looking back at the forest. "Do you think the jaguar caught him?" "No, monkeys are fast," said Jack. Of course, jaguars are fast too, Jack thought, but he didn't want to tell Annie that. "I hope he's okay," said Annie. Squeak! Peanut peeked out of Annie's pocket. "Peanut, I almost forgot you," said Annie. "Are you okay?" The mouse stared at Annie with her big eyes. "She looks scared," said Jack. "Poor Peanut." "Poor monkey," said Annie. She looked around the forest. "We'd better check the book," said Jack. He pulled out the book. He turned the pages, searching for help. He stopped at a picture of a scary creature. "Oh man, what's this?" he said. Jack read the writing below the picture. Vampire bats live in the Amazon rainforest. At night, they quietly bite their victims and suck their blood. "Vampire bats?" said Jack. He felt faint. "Vampire bats?" said Annie. Jack nodded. "After dark." Jack and Annie looked around. The rainforest seemed to be getting even darker. "Yikes," said Annie. She looked at Jack. "Maybe we should go home." Jack nodded. For once, he'd agreed with her. "But what about our mission?" said Annie. "What about Morgan?" "We'll come back," said Jack. "We'll have to be prepared. So we'll come back tomorrow?" Annie asked. Right. Now, which way is the treehouse? Said Jack. This way, said Annie, pointing. That way, said Jack, pointing in the opposite direction. They looked at each other. We're lost. They said it together. Squeak! Don't worry, Peanut. Annie started to pat the mouse again, but then she stopped. Squeak, squeak! Jack, I think Peanut wants to help us, said Annie. How? The way she helped us in the time of the ninjas. Annie placed the mouse on the leafy forest floor. Take us to the treehouse, Peanut. The mouse took off. Where'd she go? Said Annie. I don't see her. There, said Jack. He pointed to the leaves rustling on the ground. A streak of white passed over the leaves. Yes, there, said Annie. Jack and Annie followed the moving leaves. The streak of white appeared and disappeared. Suddenly, Jack stopped. The rainforest floor was still. There was no sign of Pickle. Sorry, that's my dog's name, Peanut. There was no sign of Peanut. Where is she? Asked Jack. He kept staring at the ground. Jack! Jack glanced around. Annie was standing on the other side of a nearby tree. She was pointing up. Jack looked up. The treehouse! Oh, phew! Jack said softly. She saved us again, said Annie. She's running up the ladder, all by herself. Look. Annie pointed at the rope ladder. Let's go, Jack said. Annie started up the ladder. Then Jack. They followed Peanut all the way up to the canopy of the rainforest. Here's a picture. And that is it, folks. So we just read up to chapter 8. So that means that we'll be on chapter 9 in our next video. So stick around, folks. You don't want to miss it. How many more times are they gonna almost be eaten? I don't know. Let's find out together in our next video. But before I go, I almost forgot. What's the answer to our riddle? What's something that holds a lot of water but has a bajillion holes? Have you thought about it? Do you know it? Well, folks, it's a sponge. Ah, good one, right? Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.